I thought I knew my girlfriend inside out until I discovered the secret she had been hiding for months. My girlfriend, Sarah 25F, and I 28M had been together for 3 years. It was one of those relationships that felt stable from the start, the kind where you think you are going to end up getting married one day. She was the sweetest person, always considerate, and we hardly ever fought. We lived together in a cozy apartment just outside the city. I work as a software engineer, and Sarah is a nurse. Her job kept her busy, working different shifts at the hospital, but we always made time for each other. She would come home exhausted after a long day, and we would have dinner, catch up on each other's day, and watch Netflix until she dozed off on the couch. Everything seemed perfect. Then about 6 months ago, things started to shift. At first, it was subtle. Sarah began staying up late, even on days she had early morning shifts. I would find her on her laptop in the kitchen or bedroom, typing away. When I asked her what she was doing, she would give vague answers like, just catching up on emails or doing some research. I did not think much of it at the time. Nurses always have continuing education and certifications to keep up with, so I let it go. But as time went on, it started happening more frequently. She would get home from work, eat dinner with me, and then disappear into the bedroom with her laptop. When I asked if she wanted to watch something or hang out, she would say she needed to take care of something and that she would be out in a bit. She never really was. I started getting a little suspicious, but I didn't want to be the kind of boyfriend who pries. Sarah was always trustworthy, and she had never given me a reason to doubt her. But then came the day when she dropped a bomb on me. One evening, after another late night at her laptop, she sat me down at the dining table. Her face was serious, and I could tell something was on her mind. "I need to tell you something," she began, her voice hesitant. My heart skipped a beat. I had no idea what was coming, but I braced myself. "I have been doing something for extra money," she said, glancing away from me. Immediately, my mind started racing. Extra money. We were comfortable financially. Sure, we weren't rich, but we both had decent jobs, and we never struggled to pay the bills. What could she possibly mean? I started an OnlyFans account, she finally said, her voice barely above a whisper. I blinked, not sure if I had heard her correctly. "You what?" Sarah sighed, her face full of anxiety. "I started an OnlyFans account about 5 months ago. It's not as bad as it sounds, I swear. I just post some photos, nothing too explicit, and I make good money from it. It helps cover some student loans, and I thought it would be harmless." My mind was a blur. OnlyFans, the platform where people sell private, often intimate, content to subscribers. I was shocked, to say the least. I had never imagined Sarah doing something like that. She was always so reserved, almost shy, and this felt completely out of character for her. "I didn't tell you because I knew you might not understand," she added quickly. "I didn't want to lie, but I didn't want you to get upset over something that isn't a big deal to me. It's just a side hustle." I sat there, stunned, trying to process what she had just told me. Part of me was angry that she had hidden this from me for months. Another part of me was hurt that she felt like she couldn't talk to me about it. But mostly, I was confused. How could someone who I thought I knew so well be doing something so out of the blue? I finally managed to speak. "Why didn't you tell me? Why keep this a secret for so long?" "I didn't think it was a big deal at first," she said. "It started off small, just a few followers. But then it started growing, and I was making a decent amount of money. I didn't want you to think differently of me. I couldn't believe this was happening. My girlfriend, who I trusted more than anyone, had been living a double life, posting content online for strangers while I had no clue. It felt like a betrayal, not just because of what she was doing, but because she had hidden it from me for so long. Is it just photos? I asked, trying to keep my voice calm even though my emotions were all over the place. Yes, she said quickly. It's nothing too crazy. I'm not doing anything I would be ashamed of. But I understand if you are upset. I didn't think it would get to this point. We sat in silence for what felt like forever. I didn't know what to say. On one hand, I could see that she didn't intend to hurt me. But on the other hand, how could I be okay with her sharing herself online like this? It was a side of her I had never seen, and I wasn't sure I liked it. Over the next few days, things were tense between us. I tried to act normal, but the truth was, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Every time she was on her phone or her laptop, I wondered if she was talking to subscribers or posting more content. It started eating away at me, and I could feel the distance growing between us. One night, after another awkward dinner, I finally broke. I can't do this, Sarah, I said, my voice heavy with emotion. I thought I could be okay with it, but I'm not. I feel like I don't even know you anymore. How can I trust you when you've been hiding this from me for months? Her face fell, and I could see the regret in her eyes. I never meant to hurt you. I thought it would just be a little thing, something I could handle on my own. I get that, but this isn't just about the account. It's about trust. You hid a whole part of your life from me, and now I don't know what else you're keeping from me. She looked down at her hands, tears welling up in her eyes. I don't want to lose you over this. But I had made up my mind. It wasn't just about the OnlyFans account. It was about the fact that she had kept something so big from me for so long. I had always trusted her completely, and now that trust was shattered. I think we need to take some time apart, I said, my heart breaking as the words left my mouth. Sarah nodded, tears streaming down her face. I understand. That night, I packed a bag and left. It was one of the hardest things I had ever done. I loved her, but I couldn't shake the feeling that the person I thought I knew wasn't the person she really was. I needed time to figure out what I wanted and whether I could ever trust her again. It has been a month since we broke up. We haven't talked much since, and I still don't know how I feel about everything. Part of me misses her terribly, but another part of me knows that some things, once broken, can never really be fixed. I thought I knew her, but in the end, I realized I had been living with a stranger all along.